Hey, how are we all doing? So, welcome back to another episode of Gardening with Jace. Weather update from North Yorkshire. Absolutely tipping it down, it is. It has not stopped raining for months now, but best thing about being a gardener in conditions like this, we always have a greenhouse we can go and hide in. And today we're going to do a bit of pricking out of some onions. The variety is Density. So, let's crack on, shall we? When we're picking out our onions, what I like to do is I like just to comb through it with dibber, get a few, or your dabber, get a few by the top, and then slowly just work those roots out. And by doing this, you're loosening a few of them all at once. Because what I find is if you go for one on its own, the roots are a tangled mess, and you just end up snapping them. Now, I'm not saying you don't snap any by doing it this way, because you do. But, in my eyes, look at that. They're coming. My gosh. It's like an old story, this. I remember when I was fishing with some lads once. My mate got so excited. He thought he'd caught a big fish. Actually turned out he caught the bottom of the boat. And I think that's kind of what happened there with me. So, there we go. We've got them all out. Now, the one thing to remember is, always hold them at the top. Okay? Try not to hold them near the roots. Because what might happen is we might snap into the roots. And if you can see here, there's this little bit there, that's called a crook. And then what it'll do is it'll always die back there when it's a seedling. Look at these, so tight. But if you just go gently with them, one or two things will happen. They'll either snap, or they'll come apart just beautifully like that. Perfect. Couldn't have asked that to go any better. And I can tell you that because the previous 99 takes have said that they always snap on me. So we'll have another go. Perfect. Okay, so here we are. The onions are all nicely out. Really happy with the quality of them. So as you can see on the top one of this one here, it is starting to die back. Then we come to a little kink. That's called the crook. So that will die back to there first. Okay, so we'll just get these out the way now. I've had a good look at them. Like I say, always picking them up from the top. Practice what you preach and all that. So there we go. Now, we've got our pot here. Peat-free compost as always. And what we like to do with onions is because there's not a lot to work with again, we just make a little hole in the pot. Use your finger, use your finger if you want, but I'll use my finger. And then you gently just tease it in there. And this one's been a bit awkward, which is typical. So I'm just going to use the screwdriver and just gently pop it in. Now, what I'm going to do is just give it a bit of a shake and a tap. And because what I don't want is to crush that stem by firming it in. So even though this is on a little bit of a wonk, that'll be fine. Once it starts to get a bit of drink, it'll be okay. So there we go. Okay, so as you can see, we've got the onion potted on now. It is a little bit bendy, curvy, whatever you want to call it. But I'm not too concerned about that because a couple of days time, let the plant settle down, let it have a little drink, it'll be good to go in no time. So we're really pleased with how these have gone on. They can be tricky to do, so don't worry if you snap a few, it happens. That's why we show so many anyway. But it's worth growing your own. Always has been, always will be. And an onion is a great thing because you can get it sown early. And also the best thing about them, they grow quite quickly and nicely. But the main thing is, they're great for storage. If you get the right variety, you can store them for months. Okay, so just remember that. Okay, so thank you very much for taking the time to watch today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Beauty about having a greenhouse, mucky day like today, you can get on and still get something done. Speaking of the greenhouse, it is very mucky itself. I do need to get this cleaned before our spring sowings get kicked off. I'll do a little video on that in the time's right. But until then, folks, Thanks again, and as always, if you like what you see, please do subscribe and follow. Cheers now, have a great day.